was just assuming it was just straight tobacco.
Oh, no, not no.
Well, it is. But
it's
it is
refined
flavored.
very differently.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. I did not know that. I know if you just smoke
How
just
dare you
tobacco,
not knowing such things?
I have 1 dot in linguistics, and it's for Japanese, so in character I have an excuse.
But out of character.
Out of
How
character.
dare you?
No, I actually am ashamed I did not know that, because I actually do like Arabic culture. It's very... I like Arabic culture. It's very interesting. Same with Japanese culture. I like all culture that isn't European.
Oh, well, you can fuck off.
You're not
We
Europe, that's
started
Scandinavia.
civilization.
You were Germany, I'd be like, nah. I don't think I want that culture.
Oh,
Granted-
6.
Granted, they got their idea from research Denmark did later in... Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, it was basically the whole of Europe who had kind of that.
So-
thinking that just some people went over the top of.
5 or more successes is... I know the scene is playing out, but the actual mechanic says 5 or more successes gives... I may seek either 1 clue about the immediate object or near future of an object or target, or I may get 1 clue about a closely guarded secret of the target or the defining moment of the object's destiny.
Mm-hmm.
And I am targeting all of the Fae within the castle at that night.
Yep.
To make it easier, I can mark it down to probably Maven or the Queen. But if you want.
I'm trying to find something for us to talk about Batman because I can't remember what it was called.
Sorry,
Damn
guys. I didn't mean
No,
to.
you're fine. It's called... The specific experiment he did was Habitat something. I don't remember the number.
Yeah.
Here, I'll just do this.
What are you talking about?
He did a study with rats
Ooh.
concerning overpopulation. Oh, it was John B. Calhoun. But he did a study where he put rats in an enclosure where they had plentiful food and water and living space. But as they became more and more overcrowded, they started splitting into groups and just falling apart socially because there were no roles for the new rats being born to fill. Because they didn't have to hunt for food or anything, and they had shelter. Some of them started eating each other. Some just locked themselves, just hid away and preened. That's all they did.
You're talking about the Mouse Utopia experiment, I think.
Yeah, but I just can't remember the name of the actual experiment. It was Habitat something. But yes, it's a very interesting read about over.
It's called a
overpopulation.
behavioral sink.
Yeah. But yeah, he ran it several times until he got the enclosure right. And when he did, I think they peaked at 500 rats. And once they hit that, they just fell to about 10, and the population just never recovered.
I'm back.
And that's the problem with overpopulation. Once you hit that peak and it collapses, it just doesn't recover. It's a very interesting read if you can find it.
On the assumption that we have the same behavior pattern as mice.
Socially, rats are incredibly social. They actually recommend if you buy a pet rat, you have to get 2 of them. Because if you don't,
not entirely.
well, you don't have to, but it's recommended.
The thing with rats is they don't have nearly the same level of consciousness or free will that we do. So
Speak for yourself.
I think exactly like a rat.
Yeah. I bottom line it, and then I
Okay.
stay there. Oh shit. Oh, you've been typing all this time?
Yup.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Okay.
Do you want me to like read this
How
or
much of this you convey is completely up to you. Because you see this.
Oh god. I like me being an issue, I think I would turn around and spin this into a tale. So it's going in my repertoire of tales. Just to
Oh god.
as a
where'd
footnote.
you-
But so he sits down, begins writing with a he asks Jubo for like a quill and pen or like a pen and paper or something.
Which
Starts
he does
writing.
provide.
Hey, we've done this before, and he
Right,
starts
I think
writing
he
down.
spoke too much. He's freaking out.
He's
seen
writing
this
down,
before.
and then he like gets up, begins like twirling smoke in the air and like moving it around like a painting almost,
Way
and
too
then begins
much.
writing further what happens, and then more over to like a corner. He goes to a corner and starts like spins it into a tornado, and then writes what happens, writes what he
Okay.
sees,
He's
and
way
then
out.
finally, the queen sat upon the throne, surrounded by her advisors. I was not there, mind you, which is probably why this tale ends so badly. In particular, Duragar, the captain, if you could call him a captain, he couldn't find a sword between a hammer and a sickle. He was speaking loudly, advising the queen, without me, mind you. The debate was about a ritual. There were 3 different types. One wanted to release the figment. Another wanted to allow him to open the dreaming. Others wished to keep him sealed away. And the final group, led by staunch allies of my mistress Maven, wished to attempt a ritual to draw glamour from the dragon, using its power to benefit us all. At the height of the debate, the room began to fill with a bellowing green smoke, and from the steps, Maven, along with the captain, Corbin, her slough guard. Maven smiles, speaking softly. Dear sister, you should have listened to me. I had only your good in mind. Corbin draws his dagger, and as he does so, Maven leans over, kissing him softly. He steps forward towards the queen. And as he's saying this, he's like holding a smoky dagger, and the entire visage just drops. All of the smoke disappears into the ground. And he's holding the locket. He's like holding back a tear. Well then, that's what happened.
Mate, you're so high. I get in on that. That's just amazing. I'm a bit jealous, I gotta say.
Actually, at this point, as we've gotten this far in, everyone roll me stamina survival.
Including me.
How about
Including
can I try to fail?
Hey Casey, my stamina is 2, my survival is 0. My physical scores are very bad.
Oi. Survive. Oh, there
Could
it
I,
is.
I use performance to try to like use the high to no, I'm kidding. Would that work? I don't have any specialties.
Casey.
Mhm.
So, difficulty for me. Stamina 2, no survival.
Still gonna be a 7.
Okay. I'm a bird of willpower because I've been going hard on that hookah.
Yeah, there we go, 2.
Hey, 2.
Whoops.
Oh, the magic's kicking in.
Okay, cool, got it.
So really, the person most affected by all of this is Jack.
All that pure living really doesn't.
Yeah. So
Oh
I'm
my
just
god,
looking
you
to-
crit failed! You crit failed!
Oh my god.
No,
So I've been-
it's not a crit fail.
They don't roll in. That's not the order they were rolled in. It puts them from highest to lowest
No,
automatically.
that's 3.
Hold on.
No,
How-
dude, that's
How did
only
that
for
come out
nightmare
of
dice.
0?
Oh.
How
Yeah.
did that
So
come out
is-
of 0? That should have been negative because you didn't have any successes.
Oh, he didn't have any.
So that should
So
No,
have
that's
been
what I'm
I've
saying.
been
You got
I've been talking
3
to Jack
ones.
like all this time,
Guys,
like speaking
in
to
the
him.
term, in the term of order of the numbers, it doesn't matter if you roll 3 ones. If you get 3 ones throughout your circulative roll,
and no
it's a crit fail.
successes.
Yeah.
If he
So
had
no
successes,
success-
the
Weird.
I don't
Yeah,
understand
it should
why
be a-
that didn't show.
That would
-3.
actually be a -3.
Yeah.
No, it's
That-
still because
That
it's
would
not
be a
marking
critical
it as a
failure.
-3. It would, guys. The way it calculates, it would have to like remove dice to count it as negatives or calculate negative dice. Just it's still there. The only time order matters is when nightmare die come up.
So you're right. It is in fact a critical failure.
Yes.
So
Oh.
Colin been talking to Jack all this time, and then suddenly looks over like.
Yeah, you've been talking to me this entire time, and Jack has been just
Glassy.
fucking blasted.
That's why he hasn't told you to shut up yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jack,
Like, it was
Jack is
weird.
just staring at you, glassy-eyed, unmoving.
Yeah, and you know,
And you've
I
not
really think
noticed.
like a big net, and we catch the dragon that way.
Roll me
over
roll
to
me perception awareness, madman.
Alertness.
Alert, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, shit.
Okay.
Then
Once
I
you got 3.
Yeah, you finally at this point do realize and do notice that he's not moved. He's just staring.
Yeah, because
Not really
I
at
you.
you, just at nothing.
I guess we were kind of sitting next to each other, and that's why I haven't noticed. I've been talking like this, then look at him like, oh, okay,
Yeah, nothing.
yep. Prick his nose.
Dwight, you're feeling a bit floaty.
Mm-hmm. With by
Wow.
2.
Yeah,
I
Colin
think I'm
and
having an
Django,
outer
you're
body
fine.
experience at the moment.
You are experiencing what happened a week ago.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, you
no.
you are completely caught up in Django's tail. to the
You're
point
there.
that when he finishes, you actually leap to your feet to defend the queen from this person that's advancing on her. Trip over a pillow and fall backwards onto a pile of pillows. At which point you just go back to just sitting there staring at the pillows, not quite sure why they leapt up at you.
You are just tripping balls, dude.
Oh,
No, then I
no.
become one of the pillows.
You look at your
Yeah,
hands.
basically,
It is the
Your
pillow.
hands are pillows.
Yeah, oh.
And then you just pass out.
Yeah, you're just out of it.
Once I noticed I imagine Jack
I
snores.
I look and say, "You must be having a great time, my friend. But it is
How-
time to wake up." And I put my hand out upon Jack's cheek, if he lets me.
He's unconscious.
I can't not.
Yeah,
Okay,
this
yeah,
is-
like-
he's-
Yeah.
He's
like,
out.
I can't move on my pillow.
See my fingers coming towards you. No, I place my hand on your cheek, and I'm going to use Awaken, which, if I understand Spring correctly, this awakens you from any slumber. It removes any form of, like, magical or normal enchantments or anything that could affect you mentally.
Conditions,
What about
things like
what
that.
about
a
Like,
knee
like in
raise?
5e, you remove
Yeah.
conditions.
Yeah, basically like a cure.
It's like a restoration.
Going through it very quickly if I can just in this list. It's very badly
Badly laid out.
made. Sovereign. I think it's Spring here. Unleash. Here we go. Awaken. New life, spreading seed. Awaken gives new energy to the target, as determined by the realm, which is Fey. Anything that is dormant or frozen will return. Anything barren or void becomes a new home. Becomes a home for a new spark of life. The effect depends entirely on the realm used and the context when cast, but its primary function is to rouse anything inert. So if I'm understanding this correctly, I should be able to cure him of being high as shit and just wake him
Oh,
back
that's
up.
disease. I've heard of it. It's like
Well, it's not a disease, but
I'm
it's keeping
kidding.
his mind.
Yeah,
If I-
you do that, and it will bring him round in very short order.
Okay.
Could I
Doc,
have-
it's like having a bucket of cold water poured over you. It's a deep breath, and oh shit, what was I doing?
Yeah. I go,
28,
whoa.
Colin,
the
Oh.
bunk 6.
And
Colin, why didn't you film it? Why didn't you
Oh,
film
I
that,
was
Colin?
just about to ask. Like, would I have
Too
time for a
late.
selfie?
Oh,
So I placed my hand on his cheek and like essentially pour glamour into him. Is this chimerical or weird in this context?
in this context, you would need to use both, so it would be weird. So it's going to cost you a glamour.
Okay. Yeah. So I basically just pour glamour into you and rouse you awake.
And as this is going on, your host, who has been sat quietly through all of this, softly speaks and says to you, Figment will make his way through the land of tomorrow, spreading chaos, fanning flames of conflict, and dancing across the carefully balanced order of the place. He will open gates. He will cry out. And he will be answered.
Yeah, Mr. Man here.
Oh.
Could we maybe search for him tonight in that case while the park is closed? Maybe that's the plan. Apparently you guys don't like magical things being here. Still haven't really gotten a handle of why you guys like cats so damn much, but if that's really that important.
I'll look
It's
over
fucking
it
right.
and say, Figment is the source of the Court of Wonder. Without him, to be honest, the court has really little power compared to the others.
No, well, then let's find him. That's all, man.
Yeah,
It's fine.
you're free to say that, Seeger, but just to point out to you, he's not really the source of power in the court. The court is powerful anyway. The problem with him is he was the straw that broke the camel's back. He was powerful enough that, combined with everything else in the court, he tipped the balance over the edge.
Well, he was essentially the nuke, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So that's what I'm
Everything
equating
was
it to.
kind
He
of
was
nice and
essentially a
carefully
nuke.
balanced. And he just pushed. He was the one that upset the cart.
It's essentially a sentient nuke. That's the issue.
a
Um,
sentient dream nuke.
our best bet would be to return to the people who contained him in the first place, Channing, right? Is that his name?
Tatum.
No. Channing does not actually exist.
It's a code name.
He's part of the story of the original Figment character, which
Oh.
the Chimera came from. It's the only relation that he has to any of this is that character is used by the technocracy as a code word.
Oh,
First body.
okay.
Or Figment.
So we definitely don't want to help the technocracy in this regard. They
No.
won't. They'll
Fuck
want to
that,
contain
right?
it, obviously.
Yeah,
But
but we
they'll
want
want-
it.
They'll
Yeah,
blame the
they'll
changelings
want
for him
it.
being out.
Right.
Mhm. And if we
We
go
need
there,
to work-
then they just know we did it.
I turned to Jubo. Is that all he has? Like, is that the sole prophecy he has?
That was what he saw. Yeah.
Okay. I bow deeply and say, Jubo, my friend, I thank you once again for allowing me to use your services. Your smoke is quite helpful.
Guys, again, let's just go out of night, find the thing, bag it. I've already talked to Jack about the giant net. He's on board. And we'll
Jack, you know
start
nothing
getting
about a
back
giant
into
net.
the door.
What are you talking about?
You nodded. I said, hey Jack, I had this theory about how to catch the dragon. I've seen a movie about it. See,
if
this is this black
you would
dragon
like-
and this fish.
If you would like a recommendation, I suggest we go straight to the Tree of Life. Or we could depart to other werewolves. Everyone will be interested in this. We need to find someone who's willing to help us, but isn't after the glamour itself. Jubo, you have certain neutralities you must keep, I understand. So I won't even bother.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you.
But, however, I do ask, do you know of anyone who might be interested in just restraining the dragon? Besides the technocracy, of course. And hunters.
Well, as you know, of course, the Twains wish the creature dead, as they do, well, everyone for the most part. The Davies will be of little help to you in this. And, well, things between your own court and the Night Walkers are strained at best.
Indeed.
I would perhaps look for aid, perhaps across the way in Tomorrowland. Or, failing that, I would see how things fared. Perhaps in Echo Lake.
I bowed to him and say, I thank you greatly, my friend.
So, we're not...
So he suggests technocracy, or is that where
No,
do
he
people in
suggested
Tomorrowland?
regular mages.
Oh, just regular mages. Oh, my
Tomorrowland
bad.
is regular mages.
Yeah,
First
so...
My
my
bad.
and Sons of Ether over there.
Mhm.
So we go to the
I-
mages, ask for help, and hopefully we go catch it before it's the morning, because at
Yeah.
dawn or something, the dragon's gonna stir up some shit.
Well, he could be stirring up shit right now.
Well, but the dude just said that in the morning he's gonna stir up shit. I'm paraphrasing. So let's not make it go to morning. Let's do it before morning.
Did he say morning ever?
No,
He said the next day.
no, he
No, no. He said the
No,
land
he
of
didn't.
tomorrow.
The late of tomorrow.
No, land, as in Tomorrowland.
Which is
the
where
physical
he's going.
place.
Oh.
Yeah, he's going to Tomorrowland.
English is
I mean,
hard,
I
man.
misheard. I misheard.
No, yeah,
Okay.
it's fine. It's a
It's
The
a
land, of,
misunderstanding.
the land of Tomorrow is half of the Epcot Park. The
Yeah.
other half being the World Showcase.
Yeah, I didn't hear. Land
So,
of tomorrow.
I turned to him. Actually, Casey, do I know that wraiths are Are they active?
The only wraiths that you know of in the park are actually fairly close to here.
Oh. Do we go
They're-
see some spooks?
Over at Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, okay.
Of course.
So they're hanging out with. Do they hang out with the hunters, or is it like a fuck off
No.
out of here, ghost? You're weird.
Oh no, the hunters and ghosts don't get on. The hunters don't really get on with anyone, other than
I
Yeah.
figured.
occasionally the technocracy.
Yeah.
And the only reason they get on with the technocracy is that they have a deal where they leave the technocracy alone, and the technocracy gives them guns.
But
Sounds good.
Oh, that's a
Um,
perfect deal.
why wouldn't the hunters like the technocracy though?
The
They
technocracy
use.
still uses
Because they
magic.
still use things that they shouldn't.
Yeah.
In
But
the
as long-
hunter's eyes, it's
It's unnatural.
Well,
But-
it's
but
just
as long as
more
the
than guns.
technocracy- yeah.
well, it is if it's not by God's will, then it's unnatural, most likely.
Okay.
In
But
the
they're willing
hunter's
to bend
eyes,
the rules if the technocracy gives them those guns.
yeah. Or
I
if
mean, in
God
that
gives
case-
them supernatural powers,
Mhm.
then it's okay.
Yeah, but what if airplanes? Okay,
But-
let's continue.
Anyway,
Let's continue.
The pirates' ghosts, the wraiths over there at Pirates of the Caribbean, about the only ones that they really get on well with are the Davies.
okay. And what about the demon? Is he active?
How do you define active?
Well, I assume in the concordance, people have to like maybe give reports, or there's some sort of like seasonal meeting or court meetups between all of the when necessary, right?
Only when things are going very badly.
Oh, okay. Then never mind.
Yeah, they don't talk
is
to each
he-
other for fun.
Yeah, I mean,
In,
What-
in most cases, most of these groups are kind of staring at each other across a battlefield, taking the occasional shot across the place when they think they've got one, and otherwise biding their time
it's
while
essentially a
trying
cold,
not to get noticed.
yeah,
Mm.
it's essentially a Cold War.
It's essentially a Cold War, yeah.
Wasn't very
Okay,
cold.
so in
yesterday.
that regard, would I know if this demon is a one that's trying to get back, or is he just trying to fuck around and have fun? Does he
From
make it
what-
no?
From what you know, what is known of him is that he wants to be left alone.
Never mind then. We're
Now,
going
the-
straight to the
The reasons
Mages?
why he wants to be left alone are unknown. But you know of him that he wants to be left alone.
Okay.
The only ones that he really has an issue with are wraiths, and that's simply because they don't necessarily leave him alone.
Right. Okay. I mean, wraiths and demons in general, I just think kind of hate each other to begin with. Demons are possessed bodies, and wraiths possess people. So,
Yeah, you can understand why there's some animosity there.
yeah. So I'd say our best bet would be Sons of Ether.
Yeah, I agree. Best bet mages. If that doesn't work, maybe werewolves. Maybe.
I mean, again, yeah, we should
Yeah.
also try to find the thing.
Well, we can't do anything about it, man. We gotta.
Sure,
it's
no,
like
I've
mages.
said like 3 times that I can.
What? You
Yeah,
you
well-
cannot contain the thing.
No,
For-
but I can
for-
find it. I said.
For the record, it's not that hard to find because there are a bunch of technocracy people on a
bunch of
radio constantly shouting out sightings about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's a 3-foot tall purple dragon.
4.
it's not finding it; it's catching it. That's the hard
Yeah,
part.
we need to.
Okay.
So our best bet is to have a trap ready, and then
Catch him, put him away.
Okay.
Done.
because we also need to consider that the technocracy, they're going to come in the second it's trapped, probably, and be like, mine, ours. Let's take it.
Okay. Sure.
That is a good point.
And we have
So
to hope
we're-
the Sons of Ether don't as well.
Okay.
Most non-changelings want this thing gone because basically it's
This could
too
happen.
dangerous to be free,
Yeah, this
as
is
far as
gonna
they see it.
Yeah.
The agreement starts to fall apart when bits of the dreaming start bleeding into reality.
As we saw.
And although nothing on the
Firsthand.
scale of what's been undone as far as the players know,
Yeah.
but even in limited areas, if all of a sudden you're in a room and a sight of the dreaming pops up for a few seconds, and people see it floating in the air, or a chimerical creature pokes its head through a window and looks at someone. It starts to be an issue fairly quickly.
Yeah.
Sure.
And that's the kind of thing that this chimera
Does.
that just kind of follows him around. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. So let's go talk to some mages.
Yeah. That seems the most sensible plan at the moment.
So I have a weird idea. I can enter people's dreams while they're sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you going with this?
Yeah, where are you going with this?
No, vampires don't dream. That's the entire point, right? Fuck! They don't dream. Do they?
No, they don't.
I don't believe they do.
Fuck!
Some of the stories said they come from Fae, but they themselves don't dream at all. They don't make Fae in their dreams.
So if they don't dream, never mind. I was thinking something, but...
Do changelings dream?
Obviously.
Changelings are dream.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Like, we're dreaming right now.
Yeah.
Your reality is a waking dream.
That sounds horrific. Holy shit.
Well, it's essentially being insane. So,
yes.
Having full-blown schizophrenia. So,
but is it schizophrenia if you know it's the truth?
If you think it's
yeah.
the truth, then yes.
No. If you think it's the truth, but it's not, it's schizophrenia. But if it is the truth...
I have probably talked to at least one or two mages in my time. Like, I mean, obviously,
before,
like
they frequent
Jubo.
your shop.
Okay, yeah. So,
especially the adepts from over at the firehouse.
The adepts.
The virtual adepts from the firehouse frequent your shop on a nearly daily basis because, and this is going into the Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom card game that I mentioned before. Basically, the way that the set is laid out is the first 50 cards of the set are passed out in free packs to anyone who visits the park every day. Mm-hmm. But the last 20 cards in the set, you have to purchase expansion packs.
So they come and buy those cards?
And those packs are sold in your shop.
Okay, cool.
So they like the cards.
So you have one group of adepts that are the ones that work in the park who are coming to bring you stock to sell. And then you have a bunch of other adepts that play the game who are coming to buy cards from you. So
I like that.
you see a lot of virtual adepts because of that game being stocked in your shop. You've also probably run into a few of the Sons of Ether because a few of them play it as well. Mm-hmm. You also know, although you don't really understand it fully, that there is something to do with a virtual horizon realm that is tied into these digital mirrors that are part of the game in the parks. But that's something of the virtual adepts that you don't really fully understand.
Okay. Yeah, weird technology, banal crap.
Yeah.
That would probably kill us if we entered it.
Actually, the virtual adepts is not especially banal.
Really?
Because even though it's
I guess they're trying to escape it, actually.
Still magic.
Actually,
it is proper
now that I realize it, they're trying to effectively do what changelings do, just in a different way.
They're trying to build a dreaming for mortals.
Huh.
You know what? That changes my perceptions of them.
Reality 2.0 is basically a dreaming for mortals.
So the changelings are like, why build a new one? There's a perfectly fine one right here.
And
don't fix what ain't broken.
And the adepts are like, yeah, but we can't get into yours.
Well,
so
that's
we want
because
one.
So, are any of them asleep right now? The top level technomancers or Sons of Ether, are any of them asleep right now?
Some of them may work at night, maybe like working the park at night, working.
Oh, hang on, we entered the the thing.
No, this was during the day.
Okay.
This was during the day. It's still
Yes,
daytime, I imagine.
You're at like
Afternoon? Noon?
you're approaching evening at this point. As
Yeah.
you're coming out of the tiki room, it's like 6 o'clock and sundown's like 6:45.
Okay, it's getting late, getting dark.
But the park's open till 11, so
Oh,
I
okay, stop.
I advise that we get off of the streets before vampires get out.
fair enough.
It's
We don't know about them yet. We don't know that yet.
If they get,
No,
get
I
close.
tell you that
Yeah.
vampires will come out during night.
Yeah,
So
and I'm
it's,
saying it's fine.
Oh,
If
no.
they get close, they get burned.
yeah, you can't really do that in the park. So
Of course I can. If they try to attack me, I'm not just gonna stand there like that.
If you burn anything down, we're in a lot of trouble.
Well, if I burn a vampire down, I won't be in trouble because there
I
won't be any
suggest-
evidence of it.
I suggest you don't do that. Yes.
I advise that we not talk about it in public. And I let
Fair
some
enough.
kids pass.
Oh, we're talking about the vampire game, kids. Have you tried it? It's called Burn the Witch.
Let's move on.
people give you some very strange looks.
Yeah.
Yeah, or
If
Yeah.
they
Live on the
scream,
street.
it means they're not witches. And it's
I should
unfortunate.
carry around a pair of fake vampire teeth so I can go, what? And just put them in. Well, like the roleplay.
None,
Where to get
none
around.
of the really high-ranking ones that you can find are asleep. But you do find a couple moderately well-connected
ones
VAs.
that have political pull.
Ones that might not necessarily have political pull themselves, but might have the ear of someone who does.
Okay, so I am going to.
Hang on, sorry, just before you do that. Is there, Casey, is there a real, a danger for us being out at night because of vampires?
Yes,
Yes,
they
no, all
use
these
our
factions
blood as
hate
a drug.
No,
dude.
I'm asking Casey here.
Um,
Isn't them, starting, because it's...
well, from what
If they
you-
attack, they would defend
yeah,
themselves,
fr-
right?
From
Yeah.
what you know,
Yeah,
changelings avoid vampires because they're scary bad news.
sure.
That's in general. From what you know as well, though, if they were to attack you openly in the park, they would be guilty of breaking the accords.
Yeah.
The entire point is they wouldn't. They would just suck your blood in the middle of the night,
Yeah.
like drag you into a room and then suck you dry, or even keep you alive for a few weeks.
Sure, I'm just saying that, but if someone's breaking their accord, defending oneself wouldn't be breaking
Break
their
it.
accord. I'm guessing.
No, it's who's ever attacking first. But
Yeah,
at
exactly.
the end of the day, it has to be normal.
Yeah. They don't
Meaning
care
that
what
if there's
happens at
body
night.
parts everywhere, I'm fairly sure at that point you are breaking the concordance.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I would. I'm just saying that if attacked, we would be allowed to defend ourselves.
Yes.
Yeah.
As long as we don't
Anyway.
damage the park in such a way that it's not normal by morning.
Yeah. Because if we're gonna find
Yeah.
this dragon by morning, we gotta be out at night. That's my point.
Yeah, we only have not darkness. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. No, my point
Anyway.
is that we can't wait for morning
Yeah.
to catch the dragon, so we gotta be out at night.
Yep.
So Yeah.
Anyway,
So I mean, you do find
okay.
one
I
mage
am-
in particular that you notice is asleep. Is 1 second. If I could find his sorry ass.
You shouldn't be sleeping on the job.
yeah, right.
What? What the fuck is that?
Casey just sits here, a picture of
No,
what
he
he's dreaming
didn't
about.
send me shit. I just scrolled left on a web page and found something fascinating. James the Were Elephant. Were Elephant.
What?
Good. I'm good. I'm not gonna fuck with that shit. Fucking were elephants? I didn't know that was possible.
Yeah, that's like someone thought, hey, what's bigger than a bear? An elephant.
What's bigger? A bull elephant is scary. Like,
Yeah, and now picture a wearable elephant.
what? Oh, yeah, no gun you have will kill him. I mean, it takes a really big gun to put down a elephant.
But anyway, I'm using Dreamwalk. Once we get back, I'll go to my shop, so I appear in a safe place, and I turn to you guys and say, try not to do anything silly. I advise you not to anyway. At best, you should probably just relax, take the night off, and come up with a unique way, each of you, that you might be able to help with a trap of some kind. I, on the other hand, am going to finagle some dreams. I'm going to try to get some help. And in the morning, I think our help will come to our aid.
Again, here, first time at Disney World, and I'm not really sure about anything. But if it's a problem that drag us out, then why don't we go fix that now?
Because we are not strong enough.
We need help.
Well, then let's go to talk to someone.
It's going to take time.
Why? It's like 20-minute walk that direction.
Could you write a song in 1 minute?
What?
Exactly. Let's go.
You're still high from before.
Probably. Let's go.
I will return shortly. Worry not. And he puts up his hand with a calming gesture.
I would like to vote that we get food because I think I'm probably still high. Like, I could really use something to eat, and I will offer to get Django something, and I'll just pay for it. I don't care. I will buy you something because you will probably come by the hotel when you're done, and I will give it to you then.
Well,
Again, though, we're not leaving. We're not leaving. That's
from where you are in the park. You can either turn left and walk about a minute and a half and get to some really good hot dogs, or turn right and walk about 2 minutes and get to a really nice Italian restaurant.
I vote Italian.
That's where I'm going.
Yeah.
No, I want the Italian. I will also get
I'd be a
Django
rebel and
something.
go to the hot dog stand.
Make sure to be off the streets by nighttime. He's
Would
like,
we be
waving
safe
you
if we
out.
stay? Are the restaurants open at night?
They're open until the parks close.
Would we be fine to just stay indoors then in a restaurant?
Depends on who owns the restaurant.
Who wants the Italian place?
Now fuck off. And
If a
walks out.
vampire owns the Italian restaurant, you might wake up in the dungeon.
Fair
Don't drink
enough.
their coffee.
Fair enough. Okay, we will stick to no drinks.
You do know. Shit, where is it?
I just don't want to make any more mistakes.
You do know that Tony's Italian is actually owned by, bizarrely, a human.
Oh, okay. So we should be
Okay,
fairly
cool.
fairly safe there, as long as we stay in.
I'm buying hot dogs.
He's not a ghoul, is he?
No.
Okay, good.
You would know that.
Tony's Town Square.
All right. Yeah, I vote we go there personally.
Enjoy.
You also know that it's the place in the park where you can get Lady and the Tramp's autograph.
Oh, that's cute. Oh,
Colin here's a tramp's autograph. Like, oh, hang on. Okay, I'm done with you guys.
Lady in the Tramp? Yeah.
Yeah, that is the restaurant from Lady and the Tramp.
Yeah, that clicked with me when you mentioned that you could get the autograph. Like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Then
the
obviously we're gonna get spaghetti.
And you
And
and
who's
Colin are
pairing
going to
up with
kiss.
who?
I say as I walk off. Now I'm already leaving.
Colin
I'm
gets
hungry.
very disappointed. Like, oh, Lady and the Tramp. Oh, okay. Oh,
We'll just fill up on garlic bread. Then the vampires won't want us.
guys, again, we just fist fuck them and they die, so it's fine.
Gee.
Yeah, that's how you die, man. And then the other fucking fangers, they won't get close because they know what's
Okay
up.
then. So I'm going to use Oreniomancy, which is Dreammancy.
Mm-hmm.
So I set up my shop.
And I'm gonna
this
use
is gonna
I'm
be
gonna fuck off Mancy, and you can do
This
whatever
is-
you do there. Oh, sorry, I thought that was in character.
actor. I'm
Don't
using
leave us.
actor. Actor 3. So if I've even seen their face once, I'll be able to target them.
He's in your shop twice a week at least.
Yeah. So his name's what? Dave? John?
Terrence
Barry?
James.
Terrence? Terry? Name's Terry.
Terry, yeah, that works.
He has two first
works
names.
down at the Main Street Firehouse. Basically handing
Has he? Sorry. Has he ever come to me for fortunes? Like the gimmick that I do, like fake fortunes.
No, that he is not.
Okay. Okay. So, this is going to be Actor 3, Orny and Muncie 2. So that is 5. At a difficulty normally 8. I'm setting up an extended bunk, or an extended thing to ensure success here.
Okay.
I'm going to set up a very large ritual circle, lay out candles, lay some chimerical stones out to connect with the dreaming. Write his name or a picture of his likeness in the center of the circle when he's going to stand there and start chanting and
Okay. I'll give you 3 for that.
praying. Cool. So it starts at 8 minus 3. So, and then another for... Okay. Here we go. Whew. 4.
Nice.
Ooh, not bad.
Okay. So, as I'm standing there, chanting, whatever. Actually, I'll go ahead and let you because you're probably more. I basically just disappeared from streams.
Yeah, your physical body stays where it is.
Actually, it doesn't. I disappear completely.
Oh, okay. Are you okay?
Sorry, I should have at least read the system thing. The cantrip can be used to enter the dream of any sleeping creature, provided the changeling knows the appropriate realm. The Areniomancer brings nothing with her when entering a dream and will reappear. And reappear in the same place that you cast it when you leave or the dreamer awakes. The first time the character casts the cantrip, we must be able to see the target. But the player can spend a point of willpower to forge a connection anywhere in the future.
Do it then.
Without spending willpower.
No, I will use Scene to
I
be
think
able to
Scene
use it on him without seeing him, correct?
No, you'd still have to be very near for that.
Didn't it say you could use willpower to forge a connection anywhere?
No, once you're looking at them the first time, if you spend willpower, then you forge a connection, and you can do it again in the future without being able to see them.
Okay. So you can't do it without being near him.
Do I know? I wouldn't know what hotel he sleeps in.
Roll me. I'll give it a chance.
Well, I got a lot of contacts, especially within mages, and I'm fairly well dressed. I'm on Main Street, so
Yeah. Roll me intelligence politics.
I have a 4 in politics.
But why go to his sleeping place and then go into his stream instead of just talking to him if you're gonna wake him up?
This is something that's more. You'll see when it actually plays out. Like I'm subtly influencing him.
So you're basically inceptioning
Yeah,
him.
he's
I'm setting up.
inceptioning him,
Yeah, I'm setting up.
Okay, that makes way more sense. I thought that you just wanted to
Difficulty?
save time by doing this. I'm like, this seems like much more.
No, he's basically trying to inception him.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. That sounds actually like a good idea.
All of a sudden, you're on board as soon as it's messing
Well, yeah.
someone's mind.
Of course, of course. If it's
Oh, he's gonna
inceptioning,
jack into someone's mind? Do it!
mess with it, yeah. Fuck that shit, yeah.
I wanted to keep this a little bit of a secret, because I was
Okay.
actually planning it on using Tay's on Tay's character, but
You
Oh,
son of
worry
a
about it.
bitch.
I really wanted to. But
Trying to enter
I-
a changeling's dreams can be messy.
that's the whole point of Arenomancy.
Because in a lot of ways, you're entering their reality, because their reality is dreams.
Right?
So,
Yeah, it's dangerous.
No, do it. I now want to know what would happen.
when you think about that,
What's the difficulty?
difficulty here is going to be, well, it would have been a, oh no, sorry, for knowing where he is, 6.
Okay. My specialty is unseelie court, so it probably wouldn't fly.
No, that doesn't apply.
I got a
5
crit.
successes, though. Yeah, you definitely know where he's staying. He actually has some cast quarters at All Star Music.
I head over there very quickly.
hello?
It takes about 40
Yeah,
minutes
hello.
by bus to get there.
Never mind. Can I? Oh, I just got of a crazy idea.
I like those.
Uh-oh.
That's where it led the game last time.
Yeah. Can I use spring with actor and scene to ignite the spark of connection that was previously not there for Areneomancy? Basically, from a distance, ignite our connection, and then
Just a second, I'm gonna look up spring.
okay, I will. We're getting near the end here, so I'll just say that I won't do that, and I will instead attempt to, if I can, since it's nearing nighttime, I will attempt to find literally the leader of Sons of Ether, the one who makes large political decisions.
Okay. Roll me
Has he ever-
perception investigation.
Now, my perception is clairvoyance. Does that help me?
No, because you're actually looking for him. You're not trying to like scry.
Okay. Difficulty?
7.
Okay. Luckily, I have a fairly large dice pool in that regard.
Nice.
Oh, 7. That was marked at 6.
You
Still,
got 4.
yeah,
4.
4.
Okay. It takes you a few minutes calling around a couple of the other break rooms and asking some of the other employees a couple questions.
Making sure not to ask technocratic or mage employees.
And
So
you find out that shit, I can't think of his name now.
Gustav.
Howard
okay.
Stein, who is a son of Ether, and he is. If I can find him on my sheet here. There we go. He is the executive engineer of the Magic Kingdom Park. He is also one of the 2 head engineers of the local Sons of Ether. And you find out from one of your contacts that about 10 minutes ago, He was leaving one of the Tomorrowland break rooms, heading to repair a fault with the Space Mountain ride.
Okay, I'm gonna go through the maintenance tunnels then.
Okay.
Traveling ideally with another person that's not a maybe another maintenance man, engineer that's heading over there.
Mhm.
Maybe. Idle conversation. And once I get there, I assume the maintenance tunnels connect, right?
Yeah, you can get through all of it. Yeah.
Okay.
Up
So I get there.
until the point that he actually takes the stairway up into the Space Mountain ride itself. All the utilidors connect.
Okay. So I head up in that direction. Now, would I know that Disney employees doing this? Is this a massive no-no for them to just kind of go into other areas, or?
No, not necessarily. It's not something that you would do a lot of, but because you are a manager of a Main Street shop, there's a lot of times where there are satellite shops in all of the different areas of the park, and like there's a shop outside of Space Mountain,
Right.
that primarily has like all of the Space Mountain exclusives, but then they also have just like some general Disney stuff, and they don't keep a lot of stock in those shops. So if they were running out of something, you might be called fairly commonly to bring some stuff over from Main Street for them.
Okay.
I think someone is invading your house.
No, we just have
So-
a very annoying dog.
So I head up there, head up to the Space Mountain ride. Hopefully there's no like difficulty, nobody stopping me or anything.
Yeah, no one stops you. You bump
Alright,
into
I had-
another shop worker while you're going through there, who actually is on a restocking run between a couple shops.
Okay.
They actually turn off before they get to Space Mountain, though, and head towards the Laugh Factory.
Okay. I just say keep up the good work, friend, and move on. I get up to Space Mountain, and I will attempt to
Millie,
find the head
shut
man,
up!
head engineer.
Okay. You make your way up, you head into the ride, and within a few minutes you hear him banging on something with a hammer and swearing like a knocker.
I'm like leaning against it. Like I'm kind of like looking under. Maybe is he like underneath, like fixing something on like above him, or?
Yeah, you look up, and it looks like he actually is trying